Today, guys, we've got a Cummins X15 400 horsepower of American bald eagles here. We're going to be pulling this out of this wrecked truck chassis here and making it run completely standalone. We got a hold of these guys that make some really cool wiring harnesses. We're going to plug it into our computer, hanging from a forklift, and we're going to get this thing crunk up. But first, we've got to remove all this wrecked mess from around it and get this transmission pulled off of it because it is in terrible condition. So let's hop to it. So right here on our transmission, you can see it's got them easy accessible gears. There might be some salvageable parts on this truck, so my plans are to not cut any wires unless they're already cut somewhere. So as you can see, where Lake did most of the work, I came in here and Ryan and I did a little bit, but we've got some wiring harnesses right here that are probably good. The transmission shift top's probably busted pretty bad, but this computer may be good. I'm seeing lots of potentially good parts, but we're going to pull the transmission and engine out as one. We've got all the hardware out of it, but first we need to get this drive shaft loose. So get these. And there may be some parts salvageable on the transmission still. I don't know what it's worth. We have lots and lots to learn. All right, let's see if we can turn that drive shaft over some. Here. It might start driving away if we ain't careful.
No, them gears are just slipping.
Boom. That might be it. Oh, cow. That was the bungee cord holding it. Okay. Knock her down, old Shun. You may just have to leave it like that and then we'll... Oh, no. Probably a $500 U-joint. Who knows? Just let it be, and then when we pull it out, it'll just naturally fall down. So, good U-joints there. Don't know if they're reusable or not, but hey. All right. We've got all the transmission bolts loose. We've got the engine mount loose on the front. There's just lots of things that run down along the frame rail that I can see here that went to the front we're not too sure about, but we'll just get the forklift and we'll start picking it up carefully and looking to see what's loose or not loose, and we'll go from there. Only one problem is that we pick it up like that, it's going to try to twist because the way the chains are set up. So come down. All right. Move these chains around so that when we do pick up, it'll come up straight. All right. Actually, come down. Let's wrap it one more time. All right. Okay. You're gonna need to like back up and go that way some. Just barely. All right. Down. All right. Oh, hang on, down. Back up. Right there. Woo! All right, take it up. Hold it. Let me check. Are we good on that side?
Yeah.
All right, take it on up. Hot dog. We pulled an engine out, guys, without breaking nothing. Back her on up. Right there. That's good. That's good. Right there. All right. Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get this transmission off, but I figure it'd be easier to work on unbolting the transmission while it's right here at working height. So these are these Gigantor zip ties I was fighting with underneath the truck there. Underneath the chassis, because that's all that's left. So yeah. This wiring harness can lay over here out of the way. So this harness that you see plugged in right here on the C2 connector, ooh, diesel, yum. We're going to be unplugging, and I've got a standalone harness from a company that I found down in Florida of all places, and it's going to plug right in here. So this black harness you see on the engine, I guess we can probably go ahead and just cut it off because we don't need it on there. While I'm cutting it off, like, you want to start pulling transmission bolts and leave just like the 4 up top on there.
Gotcha.
So many wires on these transmissions. It's crazy because it's like, this is like the body control harness that controls the engine and transmission control harness that plugs into everything. Alright, everything is off except for this transmission. We're probably going to have to pry it off, I'm sure, because it's got the input shaft. So these are still what's called an automated manual, right? Because it's got gears inside here, but it has a solenoid right here that activates the clutch to make it work. So get some prying apparatus. Get transmission off here. That is a shame, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You may have to start it up and pick it up while I pry it off of there. Hey, it should have a good clutch on it though. It's always that. So, back up. Back, put it down. All right, pick it up. There you go. One engine. Now to make this thing stand alone and ready to start. So we need to get some fuel, some batteries to hook our battery cables up to. We got jump boxes. We've got the fuel filter system here to put back on it. Now that it's all kind of off of there. Yeah, that one definitely does go in the other place, like. Yep, that one needs to go right there. This one goes
hopefully, yeah,
right there. And this will mount just like that. So maybe we'll get some zip ties to hold it up there. All right, and we'll get some something to put these fuel lines in here. Couple minutes, we're gonna have this thing rigged and ready to get crunk up. So guys, we've got battery power there. We've got fuel, good clean fuel in this barrel here we just drained out of a truck. We've got a starter ignition wire here. We've got a standalone wiring harness. I was gonna build one of these, but I found this guy on the internet, mikespowerwire.com. Not a sponsored ad. I called up and paid for this stuff. Really simple kit. He offers all kinds of stuff for Detroit's, Cummins, Cat. It's as simple as unplugging the C2 connector and plugging in his connector right here. Just like that. We've got a diagnostic port here. So what I want to do is on any of these engines we sell, so we can give some kind of a warranty, I want to start them up and be able to sell them knowing that they are a good engine, you know, whatever it may be. So once all that's hooked up, he's got a fusible power here. We're going to take and hook that power wire right there to the power on the starter. Power right ground right here on the starter also. And that will give us power to ECM. Now I'm gonna use my computer here, and we will get in here and confirm we've got communication to the ECM. Just a second. We've got some Cummins stuff in here somewhere. There we go. And we'll get her going. Cool, ain't it? Turn it off.
That is pretty cool.
So remember how I was just talking to Mike on the phone. He said we've got a rocker switch on the harness right here, and right here is the rocker switch, and that turns on ECU power. So turning that on should start to see fuel flow and prime up our fuel system right here in just a second. I'm just not sure. I'm assuming the suction is going to be the bigger one. So here's the fuel pump running. Nope, that would be. It's bubbling.
Return.
Black's the return. We must have hooked up something wrong because right now it's bubbling. We may have to crack the hood open on the Peterbilt over there and go see where the hoses go real quick. There's a lot of air in there. It's pumped. It might.
No, it's working.
It's drawing the battery, so it is working. So this is the return. Or no, that's the suction. So why is it bubbling? That doesn't make any sense. So realistically, without even using the Cummins, it stopped bubbling. Okay. Without even using the Cummins computer, this thing should just fire right up. But we don't want to do that. I want to monitor some oil pressure first. So I'm going to get this all working, and then we'll go from there. Well, folks, I cannot get my computer to connect and work right. I don't know what's going on, but the reason I was wanting to connect it, we know it's going to have oil pressure. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't have any oil pressure. I kind of wish we could check oil pressure. Mm-hmm. But no matter what, if it fires right up, we're just going to cut it right back off. And then we may have to continue the video later on once we get a hold of a friend of mine who can help us get the Cummins software in there to start reading again, because for some reason it's not. But jump box turned on. This thing should cheech. And then Lake, that switch right there, you want to man the switch? Ready?
She's ready.
It's on, so. That doesn't sound good. You hear that? Unless it's the starter making that noise.
It's something back here. It doesn't sound like crank. It sounds like something back there.
Oh, shut off. Leaking something. She runs.
See the fan?
Oh, it was the water. It had a little bit of water in the turbo. It blew out. Dude, it cheeched. It should fire right back up now. Let's try it again.
Watch the fan.
Yeah, it's gonna spin full speed.
You ready? Go to this side.
See the fan.
Stand like right there. There you go. Ready? Ready? Clear prop, guys. Check that out. Isn't that freaking awesome? Shut her down. That's so cool. Oh boy.
We might need to balance the fan a little bit.
Something. The fan's a little wonky. So guys, we're back out here the next morning. We got my buddy Ville from Finland at Ulivoimala. He got on the computer and did his magic, and turns out this engine right here is a 2024 engine, international truck obviously, with 27,600 miles. That's crazy. 27,000 miles and truck got totaled out with 541 hours. So if anyone's interested in it, drop me a call. It's a 400 horsepower X15 Cummins. Well, I don't know what the torque rating is. That's at 1,750 foot-pounds of torque. So pretty much this engine can be reconfigured, retuned, I think, to go in different trucks or whatever. But X15 out of an international, pretty universal engine, I believe. If you're interested, drop me an email at fcrsalvage@gmail.com. We've got another engine we're going to be pulling in the shop. So this one runs. We know it's got a good, clean bill of health. No problems. It had a couple broken parts on it. We removed those. There is one sensor over here. Get this fan off right here. So right over here, there is a sensor, and I believe it is the back pressure sensor right there that would have hooked up right there, and the engine crankcase breather. We're going to get these broken parts off of here, and we'll replace that sensor and possibly replace this part if we can find one. But selling these engines moving forward, I want to make sure that they are 100% ready to go. There's no broken or bent parts on them. If there are broken parts, we remove them, and they're sold with just what's good, and we know is what's good. So good X15 right here, a 2024 model. We've got another truck sitting outside. We don't know the condition of the engine. I kind of had an idea this one would start and run, but there's another one out here. It's a day cab Freightliner. I think it's a Freightliner. Yeah, with a Cummins in it. We're going to get it pulled in here and see if we can do the same thing. We got to get the engine snatched out and see if it'll crank. All right, folks, we're out here at another truck on the lot here. It's got an X15 Cummins in it. I think this one's also 450 horsepower. Good oil in it. The oil pan is still on it. No dents or dings in it. It's missing all the axles. So the only thing I can assume is they left the engine in it because it was probably still good. Assuming. So we're going to get it in the shop, but it has no axle. So Lake's got to pick it up by the front here. I'm going to get the forklift behind it, and we're going to kind of carry it in there real carefully. Well, here it is, all inside the shop here. I guess first things first is we're gonna go get some lunch. Come back, get this cab off of here. We need to salvage as much of this cab as possible because it looks like it's got a good windshield. I don't know, we have a lot to learn. Do people reuse the windshields on wrecked trucks, on Freightliners, or do they just replace them new? Because how hard are they to get the glue off of? Good window there. Oh shoot. There's a couple modules in this dash I hear are pretty important. All kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, lots of learning. Let's get this thing torn apart. Well, there she is. This one's got the older Eaton steel transmission. Look at that, how it's like half cast iron with like a completely different shift mechanism. So, older truck here. I don't know what year it is. It doesn't say on the engine anywhere, I don't think. But, well, we just seen how we took the other engine out. Now, we're going to come back in a couple of seconds for you guys, and we'll see how long it takes Lake to get this engine ready to pull out. How long do you think it's going to take, Ryan? You're not mic'd up. I think he can have it ready to come out in about 45 minutes. 2 hours? Comment down below. How long would it take you guys to get this thing ready to come out without cutting wiring harnesses?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. You know, I just had an idea. We're trying to figure out how to organize stuff. Say we have a cab like this that's still kind of good, right? It's got a VIN number on it, right? So when we pull like wiring harnesses and a lot of parts off of a truck we know is good, we'll just shove it all in the cab. So then, well, at least on a day cab, it doesn't take up as much space, kind of, and we know exactly what the VIN number is for the parts that are in it. It could be a start to some very small organization skills. Let's tear it apart. Oh.
What?
This engine don't sound good. Good?
Yeah. Nope. 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 Just that one.
Are you serious?
Just tap it.
Passed it, you said?
Yeah, we just passed one.
So we found out, I've never messed with these automated manuals. This one, you have to pull the pressure plate out with the transmission after we pried on it like a bunch of dummies. But now we're spinning this over, this engine don't sound too hot because we couldn't get it spin over from the front. So I'm using some batteries and a little accelerator wire here on our starter to make it spin.
No, those two are out.
Probably 8 total if I had to guess. Yeah. This thing's making some funny noises, so let's see if she'll even make a full revolution or something without. I don't know. You ready?
Oh, you're smoking.
This might be a bad one.
I think she locked it up.
Or it got water in it or something.
Somewhere.
We just killed our jump box. Dang. We were on the way, I thought, to having 2 good engines. We might not. Something's definitely foobarred. Dang, that sucks. Unless the starter's bad. The starter sounds bad. I don't know. That starter doesn't sound healthy. Wire's a little warm.
They're loose.
Oh, they're loose? Oh, well that doesn't...
Oh.
That definitely will cause problems. Tighten them boys up. Grab a, I think it was a 19. We'll just snug them up with a wrench. It sounds like the starter. Like it's making some weird noises in there, ain't it?
A little bit.
For the sake of the video, I say we swap it right quick. It can't be that hard. It's 3 bolts.
Or if it doesn't run, even after, you can pull the oil pan and loosen the main bearings a little bit.
And let it run
Let it spin.
for a couple seconds. Got the starter off the engine. We got started earlier in the video that we know is good because it's only got 20,000 miles on it. And if it will spin this engine over and run, we know the engine's good. You guys may think, I'll just go ahead and scrap that engine, but swapping a simple starter over to tell us if an engine's good or not could make us thousands of dollars versus losing. So here we go. Known good starter with 24,000 miles.
What is that? Did you see that thing blue?
What?
It was like blue.
What was blue? That? That right there?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like another ground for the solenoid we probably should hook up. Probably grab the 3/4. Ready? Double jump boxes. Fueled up. Come on.
Stay with me.
What's it doing?
Turn it over.
Yeah, is it wobbling? I don't want the swing part hurt us.
Oh, she sounds terrible. Ready?
Yeah. You hear the intake sucking and stuff. Go ahead. Oh, hang on. Yeah, restart our jump boxes. Oh, hold it, hold it. Too much starting fluid. Bump it. Bump it. Let it sit for a second. It's just got too much ether in it. Whoops. Well, guys, this may be one that we have to get a big old battery, let that ether dry out of the cylinder, and come back for more. I'm determined. It's got oil in it. I can't see any signs anywhere on this engine where it leaked oil anywhere. I just don't see anything, any reason why it should be locked up or having issues other than maybe moisture getting in the cylinders from sitting for a while. So, I don't know. I think if we could get it just to fire up, it might just go ahead and run, but we need to get some big hot batteries in here. So maybe a project for another day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Comment down below if you have any ideas on what may be going on with this thing. I think it just needs to sit over the weekend. So shout out to Mike's Power Harnesses. Like I said, he didn't send us nothing for free, no sponsorship or nothing. Just a really cool product, and we got it on this engine. We're spinning it over, trying to get her to crunk up. And that's it. See you guys later. Peace.